Hey there. Well, Premier Smith did a press conference the other day, and the usual suspects blew a gasket and got out the pitchforks, and they're calling for her head again. Thankfully, they're a minority in the independence movement, but they're a problematic one. So I've addressed it a couple of times. It's time to address it again. But I'll start by just also pointing out that those watching this uh, today, on Friday or on Saturday is the last day to get your petition forms in if you've got them, to sign one if you're going to sign one. There's going to be events all over the place in Alberta, of course, for the final end of things. Looks like the weather is not going to be nice, but oh well, that never stopped us, did it? And it does illustrate part of why these chronic malcontents, it's always the same figures, it really is, have got to lay off Premier Smith and focus on the referendum. They're sidetracking, they're wasting energy, they're dividing people, and we don't have much time. It's going to be, 6 months before referendum day. We've got a lot of people to win over, a whole lot of undecided people. And there's two reasons not to be expending all the energy with a personal vendetta against Premier Smith. Okay. Uh, to begin with, I guess I should recap what happened. She had a conference, which really wasn't about much. It was about a website the government was releasing on their questions that are going to go to a referendum on October 19th this year. And I know it's a waste of time and a bunch of fluff and stuff that is never going to get done outside of an independence Alberta. And that's fine, and certainly be critical of her and her government for that. No problem. But she was asked again, about where her support lands, and she made it clear that she supports staying in Canada. Fine. I don't care. She's one vote. Like, what did you guys really expect, though? What did you expect? Did you expect she was going to do a comb over like René Lévesque and light a cigarette and say she's going to lead the independence movement to an independent Alberta? Did you expect she was going to say we're going to declare a unilateral declaration of independence? Guys, she never ran on those platforms. What did you want? But you see, what it is with a lot of these chronic malcontents, it doesn't matter. They can only tear things down. That's all they know how to do. We've seen that. Look back on it. It's about a year and a half when there was the convention in Red Deer with 6,000 UCP members got together, and there was a leadership review of Smith. And the chronic malcontents were working hard. Same old figures. Start Googling them. I'm not going to name them. Most people who know them. And they were doing dirty tricks and saying Danielle Smith was in with Islamic radicals and all sorts of crap on the floor. And of course, media picked it up. Oh boy, there's a groundswell. She might do poorly at this review. She got well into the 80s for support. These guys are a loud minority. They have a beef with her. And you got to remember, some of them took part in bringing down Jason Kenney. And the second Kenney was gone, they pretty much were sharpening their claws to bring down whoever was next, because these people don't build anything. They only tear things down. We're trying to get out of the Federation. That sort of energy works towards that, but we need to work towards something. It means building something. And these kind of people aren't the ones you want riding on your back when you're trying to build something. So she talked like all we need is the referendum. That is it. We've got to stay focused. We've got to keep our energy on that. Because if we don't, we'll lose it. One of the things too, so I came from a bunch of great meetings this week. Again, I was in Redcliffe. It was packed. I was in Calgary at a packed meeting. And then last night I got in late from Fort Macleod. Another great meeting. Check out Let's Talk Alberta for all these meeting dates. People are getting together. New people are showing up all the time. One of the conversations in the Calgary one the other night was about the Smith government and so on. And the frustration from some people, look, guys, whether you like it or not, she is very, very strongly supported by most Albertans on the conservative end of the spectrum. It's just the loudmouths who are upset with her. And if those loudmouths keep attacking her, they're putting people off. There are conservatives who are on the fence. And if they see the independence movement as just some sort of thing to attack Smith, they're just going to back off. They don't want any part of the movement. We're losing support that way. The other thing is, and I've used that analogy, I talked about that at meetings, when you're talking about spending your time, your energy in converting, the undecided, because that's what we have to do. I've said before, we've got perhaps 30% who are solidly in the independent side, 30% who are solidly against it, and then a mushy middle of 30% that we need to win. We need to pull them over and get them in. And you're wasting time if you're going for the ones who have identified and they're never, ever, ever going to support independence. You're wasting energy. Let's say every day you've got this much energy in you, and you just went and spent half of it fighting with somebody who's never going to support independence. You could have dedicated that time to one of those people in the middle if you identify them. So you got to change your own instinct to battle and argue with everybody and pick your battles with where you can win. The other part with that limited energy, we've got to dedicate as much as we can to winning those people over in the next 6 months. And those who are spending all that energy trying to tear Smith out of power are wasting more energy that could have been dedicated towards the independence movement. You're taking the gas out of your own tank. If you have a beef with her and her party, that's fine. Of course, it's democracy. You have the right to. Start campaigning against her on October 20th. We've got something more important to do. And the conspiracy crap and undercutting and BS, she's never going to allow a referendum. My Lord, she's bent over backwards to get us the referendum. She never had to change the legislation. She never, like in the first place. And then when it came to a court problem, she never had to put out Bill 14. And then this coming up with this ridiculous challenge from some native bands in the courts, it wasn't just Jeff Rath and Eva Chipiuk speaking up on behalf of holding the referendum. It was government lawyers were in there defending the right to have the petition to hold that referendum. She's not opposed to holding the referendum. There's a few reasons for that. I'll get into a bit of it. It's going to be held anyways. It doesn't matter what the courts say. Her preference would be that it goes through citizens' initiative. She said that the other day when it came up in the meeting. You got to remember the balancing act she's got. If somebody said, well, why don't you just declare it? And she said, well, I'd rather it be a citizen-initiated thing, and it's before the courts. We'll see how that rolls out. She didn't say, we're just going to let the courts shut it down. She's just letting that roll out. And, so look at things politically. A lot of the new independent supporters haven't played in party politics, and that's fine. It's probably a good thing for a lot of folks. But you got to look at where she's sitting. The party membership, the majority of them are independent supporters. That's true. And that is a large group of people who want to hold a referendum. She knows that. She may not support the yes side, but she knows the referendum must be held. Those chronic malcontents are just a few of the same old clowns who do all the shouting and screaming and everything. But if she did shut down a referendum, say it couldn't happen, would not allow it to happen, because it's fully in her authority. That's where it lands, guys. Really, in the end of things, petitioning or no petitioning. Then those malcontents would manage to organize something. And it would put her and perhaps the entire party in threat as they start to organize something to disrupt the whole thing. Having a referendum gives a focus to the independence movement, and the focus goes off of her and her party. She needs that referendum. She's not going to have that bottle corked, so all that energy is coming after her. As well, Lukasik has had his thing. She sort of said as much too. It's been a citizen thing, hundreds of thousands of signatures. She's got the justification, no matter what the courts say, to have that referendum held this fall. Whether she takes a yes side or not doesn't matter. It's up to us. If you think it's impossible to win the campaign without the endorsement of the Premier, then you don't have much faith in Albertans themselves or yourself or your ability to campaign. Don't sweat where Smith's going. Hey, if the courts rule that the Indigenous, ridiculous entitled claim should block a citizens-initiated referendum, and then Smith says that's the end of the road, then I'll eat my words and we can go after and start pressuring Smith. And how do you pressure anyways? You want to start an independence party? I've already been down that road. I wrote that in my book on where that went. Look at the Alberta Republican Party, that sad little sack. Whatever happened to that thing? Anyways, who cares? But they had an opportunity with some of the hottest independence sentiment in Alberta in decades. And they had a whole whack of money somebody tossed at them. And they ran their campaign and they couldn't even break 1% in 2 Edmonton constituencies, and then in Olds, Didsbury, Three Hills, the strongest independence constituency in all of Alberta. In the midst of a storm of independence sentiment, they couldn't even beat the NDP. So you think an independence party is going to be the way to go, or you think that turning the UCP into an independence party is the way to go? The head and inch, you would sure love to see that. It's about the referendum, guys. That's it. That's all. It has to be the clear question, and we got to get a yes. And anything else is distracting ourselves, is wasting energy, is slowing things down. Remain focused. Don't let these chronic malcontents derail this thing. Some of them have their own interests. They can't get real political jobs anywhere that last more than a month, and then they start their own little things to try and make a living. It's pretty kind of sad, actually. So just pick and choose carefully. Don't let the rage monkeys get to you. We've got to be calm, focused, winning that yes vote. And we're well on the way towards it. It's going well. Don't let the paranoia get to you. I mean, there's a good basis for not trusting politicians. I understand that. They've certainly given a lot of reason not to. I mean, something else that came up in the Calgary meeting I was at, they were talking about, and I agree with this, buying UCP memberships. Get on board, get inside the party, and it's not talking about turning the party into an independence party, but it is making sure that they're supportive of an independence referendum. And as they see those numbers growing, as they see those memberships growing or those renewals, they also know all the time that that element is inside the party right now. And if they aren't given the referendum, there's going to be some very serious problems for a lot of sitting MLAs when the nominations come up, and possibly for the Premier herself. Just take part, but don't go in, as these guys are, and demand her resignation, or scream about how they're going to screw Albertans, or claim falsely that they're never going to allow a referendum. They just let it get way too far. That ball is rolling too much. It's going to be held. I said before, I've written enough. Let's talk about the political rhetoric. I'll paraphrase what I think will happen if the courts say no. Even is Premier Smith will get up and say, "Well, you know what? We've had Lukasik with his Forever Canada thing put in hundreds of thousands of signatures, and we've had the Stay Free Alberta get out there and put out hundreds of thousands of signatures. Obviously, Albertans on both sides of this issue are incredibly concerned about it. There's only one way to resolve it, and it will have to be in a full and open citizens-initiated referendum." And she let out exactly why and where she would like to stand and things on that conference yesterday anyway. She said she wants it to be citizens-initiated because it insulates her. It shields her. She can always point to it and say, it wasn't me, it was the citizens. I just support democracy. I'm not taking a side for independence, but I support democracy, and I'm going to have this referendum held. It's the safest thing for her. That's why I'm talking about the political end of it, whether she supports it or not. Quit worrying about whether she supports it or not, just as long as we get the referendum. So I wanted to leave it at that. And hey, like I said, get out tomorrow to one of those events if you can. Let's turn Alberta blue, show those flags, get to those events, get more signatures out and more signatures back in. As more strength is shown, the less chance that any funny business can happen with the government. And then a yes vote. That is the tactic. That's the only way to get out. A strong, clear majority. Yes. One more time, the guidebook, if you haven't gotten one, it's on Amazon, the Sovereigntist Handbook, more of an instructional how to advocate, how to get the job done. Most of us know why already. Back behind me, you can see some of the other books. Sheila Gunn Reid, The Independence Blueprint, or Derek Smith's great book up there as well. Check those things out. Get a Build Your Independence library. And thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow, I'm going to have actually more of a breakdown on just a ridiculous, weird AI set of opposing questions to independence. It was just really bizarre. When I'm done with, or probably before I go out to the rally down there out by Springbank. So have a good one. Quit sweating where Premier Smith's going with things. We're on the right track. We will get a referendum.